Crawling low through the grass, concealed by their ghillie suits, the snipers are hunting a high-value target. But this is no longer the desert of Afghanistan. This pair is competing in the tri-service sniper competition on Salisbury Plain. They're briefed on their mission and have a short window in which to locate the target and eliminate it. So just talk me through what these guys are doing up here now.
So they've just recently now moved into their location. They've identified where the target is, and they're now going through all their procedures to get their main weapon system onto that target, so the #1 sniper can now engage that target.
So they've been given a 10-minute slot, but this pair appears to have found it pretty quickly.
They do. What will take time now is they're making the necessary calculations in order to take into account things like the wind, the distance to the target, so that when he does pull the trigger, he will take that target out.
Snipers were used widely throughout the recent Afghanistan conflict as commanders realised they could not only limit collateral damage, but they're also a highly tuned I-STAR asset, gathering intelligence, providing surveillance, target acquisition and reconnaissance.
Certainly my experience is they do listen to the snipers. It's got better, whereas at one point they didn't utilise them as well. However, now I think a lot of money's being pumped into it as far as equipment and training. I think it's the snipers that they're bringing out now are just very top-notch to a very high standard.
Snipers aren't just part of the British Army. The RAF has its own too. Sharpshooters in the RAF regiment provided force protection from the Puma helicopters at the London Olympics, while in Afghanistan they protected the perimeter of Camp Bastion and the Kandahar airfield. This corporal's been sniping for 5 years and served on Op Herrick.
That was probably one of my better tours. I enjoyed that. It's just you working as a close-knit team. You get to know each other very well. It's very relaxed, and then as long as you just get on with do the job, you're sort of focused on that, and then yeah, it's good. It's just good working as a close-knit team.
The Royal Marines also have highly trained snipers. While some carry out a ground role, others are trained for amphibious taskings. That could be providing air cover to protect boarding teams during anti-narcotics operations or in support of anti-piracy missions. And within the Corps, they're a breed of their own.
Each sniper is its own personality and its own different person. So I'd say mainly dedication to normally the sniper is a lad he's up in his room, reading up on weapons pamphlets, recognition stuff, different types of things, studying different types of formulas to create that best shot. So he's normally, as we call it, a bit pesty.
This competition is designed to find the best sniper pair in the British military, but this year there's an international element too, with competitors from America, Canada and Denmark.
Usually we didn't really do many exercises outside Denmark, so that's one of the things that they're trying to do now, more cooperation with the British, because usually we are under British command when we deploy. So we're sending guys to different places in the world.
The Danish Army has only had snipers for a decade. The competition provides an opportunity for the soldiers to exchange knowledge and discuss tactics they've learnt in the field.
Everything is very methodical. It's a process. Everything is a sequence, from how you evaluate targets to how you detect targets to how you plan your missions. It's like I said, you have to think very linear as well as dynamic to the changing environment.
The competition also tests their close combat skills, and while this round sees them seeking high-value targets, the snipers are also aware they're targets themselves. With no operational theatre to deploy to at present, events such as this one encourage them to keep their skills honed and ensure they remain among the most feared and revered assets of the British military. Kaya Lark, Forces News on Salisbury Plain.